Jamie of Good Morning Football turns heads of what she had to say about SHEDEUR Sanders and the Cleveland Browns football team. And also, the Cleveland Browns have found their new special team coach. And lastly, check this out. Todd Monken, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, he got his running back coach too. We getting ready to talk about it all right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor. You got to do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. Let's get this show started. Let's go.
They love me, they hate me. You know, one day they love me, one day they hate me. It is what it is. All I need is opportunity. Simple. Whatever franchise want to change their franchise, then there's no doubt who to go with. I've done it over and over and over, so you'll be a fool not to pick me.
Miss Jamie of Good Morning Football over there on ESPN, she was talking about SHEDEUR Sanders and the Cleveland Browns football team. And she's saying, even though many people around the league didn't understand why the Cleveland Browns hired Todd Monken as their head coach, they got a chance of winning the division, just like I've been saying. With SHEDEUR Sanders at quarterback and the play calling and the offensive guru that Todd Monken is in, the way he changed the University of Georgia football program on the offensive side, the way he changed Lamar Jackson passing ability for the Baltimore Ravens, he can do the same thing for SHEDEUR Sanders. Todd Monken got the pedigree to do the same thing for SHEDEUR Sanders and the Cleveland Browns going forward this year. Let's listen to Miss Jamie of Good Morning Football talking about the Cleveland Browns and this situation with SHEDEUR Sanders at quarterback. Miss Jamie.
Why are we going to be talking about this team in next year's postseason?
Oh,
One year from now?
Yes.
give it to
Looking forward,
Jamie,
Jamie. Looking forward.
Stop.
What the question is crazy. Come on, Jamie.
Sell us on the Browns.
All right. I can
Sell
do
us
that.
on the Browns.
Jamie, you got it.
I can do that. Todd Monken won a couple national championships with Georgia, okay? This guy knows how to get a team to the next level.
Jane.
Now, I'm not saying he's going to get them to the top of the postseason, but there is no reason with the turnover that just happened in the AFC North that the Browns can't reappear in the postseason once again, okay? The Steelers, they have a new head coach. The Ravens, they have a new head coach. The Bengals have struggled. So if it's SHEDEUR, if it's anybody else, the Browns have just as much of a chance to win their division next year than anybody else in the AFC North. So Todd Monken, I see you. People might have disagreed with the decision. Your defensive coordinator just resigned, I believe, and Jim Schwartz. You got to figure that out on the defensive side of the ball. But you have the reigning defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett.
That's
if you can't figure it out with anybody else, then you figure it out. All right, Browns. Maybe I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm in on the Browns. Let's go.
Right?
That's what
SHEDEUR.
Yeah. SHEDEUR.
There you go.
That's Miss Jamie of Good Morning Football talking about the situation with the Cleveland Browns and SHEDEUR Sanders. They have the opportunity to turn the franchise around together. They the dynamic duo. You got a head coach who is a play caller, who knows how to develop quarterbacks, and you got SHEDEUR Sanders coming off a special rookie season as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Even though he got late in the season, started 7 games on the back end of the schedule, but he showed some promise and he showed some ability that he can play that position, and something that I had no doubt that he could do. So SHEDEUR Sanders, along with Todd Monken, they got a chance of winning that division. You just heard it right here from Good Morning Football. All right. Also in the news, the Cleveland Browns have found their special team coach, right? The Cleveland Browns have hired Byron Story as the new special team coordinator under head coach Todd Monken, replacing Bubba Ventrone. You know Bubba Ventrone, he left and went to the Los Angeles Rams to be their special team coach. Story is 41 years old, comes to Cleveland after serving as the assistant special team coach for the Green Bay Packers from 2022 to 2025, where he worked under a rich special team legend for the Green Bay Packers. Before joining the Packers, Storier spent 3 seasons as a fullback and a special team contributor for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in 2007 and 2009, serving with Todd Monken as a member of the coaching staff for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then he would serve as a special team assistant linebacker coach for 5 years for the San Diego Chargers before leaving coaching to return to work for his family business, which was a transportation business. Storier is known as a protege of the Green Bay Packers. He was their right-hand man for decades, and he helped modernize the playbook of the special team. He has a strong track record of developing elite special team talent, including helping Nixon earn back-to-back first-team All-Pro honors for the Packers and contributing to All-Pro for the Raiders punter A.J. Cole and the kicker Daniel Carlson. So he got the pedigree, he got the background to help players, explore for their talent on the special team. You got to remember the Browns special team unit struggled in 2025 up under Bubba Ventrone. We ranked dead last in punting, returns allowed, and 31 in yards per kick return, giving up all 3 return touchdowns in a single game when the Cleveland Browns lost to, I think it was the Jets, I believe, when they lost. So when he come in, he got a good kicker who we saw when SHEDEUR brought them back, and the kicker went out there and sealed the game. You got to remember at first now, they wanted to cut, I think his name, Andre Switzer. They wanted to cut him at first because he was missing extra points, he was missing field goals, but later on in the season, he got right. That's our new special team coach, Todd Monken's out there doing it, y'all. He putting a good staff together, regardless of the absence of the defensive coordinator. It's still remaining to be seen what Todd Monken's going to do for the defensive coordinator side. But in short, to sum it up about the special team, Byron Storier, hey, he's bringing a special team pedigree and a history of developing all-pro levels player and a player-first mentality to Cleveland, aiming to turn around one of the league's worst special teams in the NFL this past season. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, let's move over and talk about the running back coach who Todd Monken is bringing back. Todd Monken is bringing back Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley was hired by Kevin Stefanski, and he said he was going to keep him. And that's a good move by Todd Monken and his coaching staff to bring back a running back, a former running back in his days, to continue to coach the running back room. This article also said this is a great decision from Todd Monken and the front office. Deuce Staley is one of the more respected running back coaches in the NFL with a good track record. Last year, he was able to get Quinshon Judkins up to speed when Quinshon Judkins missed whole training camp. He was a real weapon for the offense this past season. We also saw flashes from the other rookie, Sampson, under Staley coaching through the struggles of the offensive line was often too much for the running backs to overcome with this offensive staff of last year. Now, most of the attention now will turn to the defensive coordinator. It's up to Todd Monken to decide which defensive coordinator he going to bring in to help this defense continue to stay on top in the NFL. So I'm looking to see what Todd Monken going to do on the defensive side of the ball, because you still got some talent. I mean, some excellent talent. They at least a top 3 defense in the NFL coming into this year. If they can add some more pieces up front on the back end, man, they might be a top 2, because you still got Houston and you got Seattle and you got the Cleveland Browns, one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. They the top 3, really. They the top 3. Anytime you got Myles Garrett and Swayze, who coming off a Rookie of the Year, then you got Denzel Ward, who's one of the best defensive back of the year. It's amazing that the Cleveland Browns didn't win but 5 games this past season up under Kevin Stefanski. He had the Defensive Player of the Year in Myles Garrett. He had the Rookie of the Year on the defensive side in Carson Wentz. And you got Denzel Ward on the back end of your defense at that cornerback position. And you couldn't win but 5 games? Man, please. And you didn't win but 8 games over 2 years with that defense? With Jim Swayze, who's supposed to be legendly the best defensive coordinator in the NFL? Come on, Kevin. Come on now. They should have been done let you go. I guess he was hanging on that 2-time Coach of the Year, and that's why they gave him a break. But it's good that we done moved on from him, and now we got Todd Monken. Todd Monken's job is just like he said. Don't get it twisted. I'm here because of my offensive genius. I'm here to turn around the offense. That's what Todd Monken said. Todd Monken said, hey, don't get this twisted. I'm here to make this offense take off, because they got a chance. They got a window with Myles Garrett and that defense to be in the hunt to win their division every year for the next 3 years, at least. Myles Garrett isn't even 30 years old. So they must take advantage of the defensive side of the ball by making the offensive side better. And but one person going to make it better, that's SHEDEUR Simon. SHEDEUR Simon can make them better if and when Andrew Berry give him the pieces to work with, for as the offensive line, another tight end, and at least one bona fide go-getter wide receiver. And Cleveland Browns will be in the hunt to win their division next year. And I believe they're going to do that. Todd Monken want to win. He know this is his last shot. This is his first chance and his last shot being a head coach in the NFL. And you can tell when he talk, he get emotional. I tell you what, let's pause and listen to Todd Monken, and I'll be back to end the show.
I mean, there's a reason why I was hired here. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, I was hired to become elite on offense. And that's what we're going to fight every day to be. And I'm fired up because I think we have a chance to really take off. I really do. I think the time is right now to take off and really build it the way you want, so you are consistently competing for championships. So what are we doing right now? Putting together an elite staff. Then we turn ourselves to the roster and building that, and then creating schemes that allow us to play fast and physical every week.
Obviously a big one. We've got some young guys here. We've got a guy who's been a multiple-time Pro Bowler in Deshaun Watson here as well, along with SHEDEUR and Dillon Gabriel. How do you kind of look at that room, and what's your kind of plan for developing it and accentuating the positives, minimizing the negatives for the quarterback, which, as you know, we all know, is the most important position in all professional sports? Sure,
without a doubt. I'm excited to get started with the guys we have in the room now, and then looking to add to that possibly, because you said it. I mean, you've got to have a quarterback to give yourself a chance to win in this league. We know that. You also have to have good players around them to really get it going. So I'm excited about SHEDEUR, Deshaun, Dillon, and who else we might add to that in terms of competition. How I feel about being the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And you can't even imagine. You just can't.
I know, it means a lot to you. And as you said, this is kind of what you've worked for. So I feel your emotion, I feel your passion, and I know our fans will as well. But I think that that's something that is is special, and it's special about this town, right? This is a passionate town. This is a team that is city that is passionate about football, that is passionate about the Cleveland Browns, and to have somebody who is as passionate about football as you are leading it, I think that's a match made in heaven.
That's why you want to be the head coach here.
Yeah.
That's Todd Michael. You can see how emotional he is, grateful he is that he's finally a head coach in the NFL. And I'm telling you, he wants to win. He wants to win, and I believe the Cleveland Browns is getting ready to turn the franchise around with Todd Michael and SHEDEUR, the dynamic duo of the new NFL on the AFC side of the ball. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor, do me a solid. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. If you enjoy this show right here, join the membership. Join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I got a live show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to drop another video at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you stop by and check it out. Hit the like button and do all the things to help this video get in the algorithm. All right? Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts.